Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Flashback Friday. This is Ronnie here with the Simple Team. I am super excited. I hope you guys are doing well as we're getting, around that Christmassy time. Super excited about that. 2020 has been a mess, but I hope that you are in a position to either receive gifts or give gifts or just embrace someone or Zoom someone that you love. So today on this edition of Flashback Friday, you guys know that we like to talk with different investors from around the world that are doing just some awesome things and really just kind of talk about their beginnings. Today, I have the wonderful, the exciting, the loving, the caring, the mission minded man. His name is Josh Howard. And I'm telling you, if you ever talk to him on the phone, he is the absolute best.
Thanks, man.
He is the absolute best, man. Josh, how are you doing today, brother?
I'm doing great, man. And I feel the same about you, Ronnie. So it's mutual, buddy. It's great. It's great.
Yeah, man. Josh has been newer to the Indianapolis market, but he's been absolutely just a wonderful, man. But just want to kind of talk about where you started, man. What made you say, what, I want to try real estate investing?
Yeah, man. So a little bit about my background. I've been living in India, so overseas, for the last 12 and a half years. So my family and I married a beautiful Indian woman who's unbelievable. And her parents started an organization that I work with, a nonprofit organization. And so we've been doing that the last 12 and a half years. But over the last couple of years, man, I've really been looking for opportunities to try to become more financially independent. And so I really wanted to get to a point where I could not take a salary from our nonprofits and just do the work for free and basically volunteer for our nonprofit so that the money I'm getting for salary could continue to go into the work that we're doing in India and the surrounding countries. And so that was kind of the heart behind it. I've tried a few different things over the years and have all of them fallen flat on our face. Okay, like none of them have worked. None of them have been real estate, but none of them have worked. A few months back, I've got a good friend of mine that's in Texas that's doing real estate investing. He's a pastor as well. Mm-hmm. And so he was telling me, Josh, have you ever thought about this, man? Have you ever thought about jumping into real estate? And I had not, and he kind of told me what he was doing, and I was like, "Man, that sounds awesome. Let's give it a shot and see what happens." Right? So I talked to my brother-in-law, and him and I jumped in together, partnering together. We chose the Indianapolis market because our nonprofit headquarters is there, so we know the area really well. We spend time every year in Indianapolis when we come back from India. And also my brother-in-law grew up there. He went to high school in Indianapolis. And so he knows that area well. So that's kind of why we chose that market. But that's kind of the background of why we both got involved. My brother-in-law leads a nonprofit as well. And so we both kind of had that passion. How could we continue to do what we're doing on the nonprofit side without being dependent upon the organization, for our salaries? And so that's kind of where it all kind of began.
That is awesome. So you mean to tell me that right now you're in India as we speak?
Right now, it's 12:15 at night in India right now.
That is crazy. So for all of you people who just trying to figure out, virtual wholesaling and things like that, Josh is definitely really doing it. And I tell you, it's funny because, he's texting me and I mean like quick, fast lightning. And I feel like Josh is right down the street. But no, he is literally on the other side of the world.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a crazy time we live in, man. Crazy time.
It definitely is, man. The world is definitely small, man. So kind of tell me, man, what was your first deal like?
Yeah. So what we did, man, we jumped in because I'm in India. Okay. We couldn't do some of the traditional marketing that a lot of people do when they jump into real estate investment. So mm-hmm. I had so many people say, you got to do direct mail. You got to do, cold calling and things mm-hmm. like that. And so direct mail for me anyway, at the beginning was out because I couldn't sit around in India waiting on people to call me back because it could be 3 a.m. here or whatever. And I wouldn't get back to them quick enough. And so we jumped into, I actually signed up for a Wholesaling Inc. coaching course, which with Lauren Hardy. She does virtual wholesaling. and she was a big proponent of SMS campaigns, text message
Gotcha.
campaigns. And so that's where we jumped in on marketing. So which I loved, because from India, I could do it from here, no problem, text people back and forth. And it was on my time when I sent those. It wasn't
Yep.
me waiting on, responses and stuff. And so anyway, that was our only marketing channel at all at the beginning. And so through SMS campaigns, we got, some people that said, hey, I'm interested. Our very first deal was it was a seller that, it was crazy, man, because we got it all the way down to the number they wanted and giving an offer through text. I hadn't talked to them at all. Like I had not talked to them on the phone. And so and they accepted our offer through text message and gave me their email and asked me to send the contract.
Wow.
So the first time I talked to them was after I had sent the contract. Okay. That was the first time I spoke to them on the phone, which I don't recommend that all the time, guys. Okay. That are listening. But I mean, we didn't know what we were doing, man. We were just, giving it a shot and seeing how things went. And so, and then on that deal, man, we got connected to you guys actually at Simple. And so you guys were the first ones that actually purchased our first deal that we got off market. And so you helped us actually put together our very first deal, which is really, really amazing.
Yeah, that is awesome, man. That's a wonderful story. Glad that we could be a part of that story, man,
Yeah.
because you're just doing so many wonderful things just across the world. It's very inspirational. And I'm happy to hear from you. And actually see your face. So, one question I would also maybe ask is, because there are some newer wholesalers there. I've had conversations with people that live in Chicago, live in Florida, they're thinking about trying to do virtual wholesaling. What would be one tip that you would maybe give someone that is thinking to try to get into real estate investing? I'm ask this question too, because this comes up too. What market to pick? Because a lot of virtual people want, like, I don't know what market to pick. So what kind of suggestion would you give for that?
Yeah. So a couple things. First, on the market side, so I mean, we would highly suggest a large enough market that you're going to have plenty of leads to run after right away, right? If you pick too small of a market, it may be too difficult. You're going to pretty much run out of leads pretty quickly in some of the super small markets. And so we chose kind of a larger city that has a robust suburb around it, that has a lot of rental properties, that has a lot of fix and flips happening. And so if you just Google, man, Google cities, best cities to own rental properties in, or best rental cities, or best fix and flip cities, or whatever it might be. And you don't have to pick some massive city like, New York or LA or something.
Yeah.
But big enough that you're going to have plenty of leads to always run after. There's plenty of deals for everybody, because you are going to have competition,
Right.
and there are going to be other people in there. But if you pick a large enough market that is a good rental market or fix and flip market, it really doesn't matter how much competition's out there, because there's going to be plenty of deals for everybody. There's going to be plenty of motivated sellers.
Yeah, yeah. No, man, that is good. That is definitely good. Very good advice, man. I want to thank you again, Josh, for joining us on this edition of Flashback Friday, or Reflection Friday, rather. We're just spending time in reflection. Any last words of encouragement that you would like to leave someone?
Yeah, I would say, if you're thinking about getting into this, okay, just jump in. Like, don't wait. Quit watching millions of hours of videos and reading hundreds of books. Like, I've heard so many coaches say this, so it's hard to quote one of them. But so many coaches in this industry say, just take imperfect action every day. Just take action, jump in and get it done. So I would say this: listen, buy a list, market it however you choose. The marketing channel, honestly, isn't the biggest deal. It's really doing it over and over again. So pick one, whatever it is. If it's direct mail or SMS campaigns or cold calling or whatever it is, pick one and just keep doing it consistently every day. And if you keep marketing to motivated sellers, you are going to find one and you're going to get a deal. And so just jump in, man, jump into the deep end, get going, start marketing, and see what happens with it, because this has absolutely, honestly, it's changed our lives in the last few months as we've jumped in. Just to give you an idea, Ronnie, I've literally, our business, not me personally, but our business in 2 months has already made my annual salary for my nonprofit. So in 2 months, we've already, our business has brought in that much revenue into our company. And so it's life changing. I mean, this literally can change somebody's life. And so I just encourage, man, just jump in, get it done, get started, fail forward, man. Just fail forward. You're going to mess up. You're going to make mistakes. Keep picking yourself back up, taking another step forward, and good things will come from it.
That is awesome. He said, take imperfect actions every day. That is so true. That is so true. And to fail forward, because you're going to make mistakes. I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. But
Yeah.
keep failing forward, man. Josh, man, I appreciate you, man. Many blessings to you. Everything that you're doing in India, and guys, you hit them up, network with them. Any way if they want to reach out to you, is there a email they can contact you?
Yeah, email would be great, man. My email, the best email to get me on is jhoward, so just the letter J, Howard, HOWARD 111 at iCloud.com. It's a Mac address, so ICLOUD.com. That's the best way.
Awesome, man. Well, look, you guys enjoy your day. Thanks again, Josh, and you guys have a blessed one. We'll talk with you soon.
Thanks, Ronnie.